Welcome to today's episode of the Consumer Finance Podcast. Today is a teaser for a very exciting special highlight series that we're going to be beginning here on the podcast soon, and that's about point of sale finance. And joining me to talk about the upcoming series, and you'll hear him a lot in the upcoming series as well, is my partner, Jason Cover. So Jason, thanks for being here today.
Hey, thanks, Chris.
So point of sale finance seems to have become an incredibly important feature of the consumer financial services world, where there's so much consumer demand and so much industry response to that demand. Can you tell us a little bit about your day-to-day practice and how it intersects with this very important area of the financial services economy?
Yeah, Chris, I think we've observed that in the, about 10 or 15 years ago, cash disbursement lenders paying cash directly to borrowers really adopted fintech lending, moved to the online lending space, and adopted an array of interesting products. I mean, really in maybe the last 5 to 10, that's happened again in the point of sale finance space. And by point of sale finance, I mean any kind of product that allows you to sort of attach at the register or on a website at checkout and allows you to pay for a product, typically in a non-traditional way, like not with a debit card, not with a credit card, although we have a lot of practice with those as well, but in kind of new and novel ways that maybe weren't on websites 15 years ago, but have become very widely adopted in the present. So we've just helped tons of clients with products of that nature in the last 5 years or so, and thought it would be an interesting time to sort of do a series on what we've observed in the types of products in those markets.
Yeah, because I don't think there's been any decline in the popularity of those products. In fact, I think if anything, they seem to be getting more popular and therefore more industry interest in implementing them. I don't know if you see that, but that's my perception.
Absolutely. I mean, we have both fintech lender clients, bank clients, and then also we have lots of clients that are merchants that have questions about adopting these types of products or have their own kind of internal credit waterfalls that have layers of different point of sale credit products in there. Interestingly enough, we have a financial service industry group here, and I sort of chair a subcommittee of it focused on point of sale finance. So we've really thought a lot about this, particularly, again, kind of the last 3 or 5 years, and have observed just those various interactions, not only from like the creditor standpoint or the lender standpoint, but also from the merchant standpoint and the bank standpoint who may be working with folks offering these types of products as well. So it really has become like a quite interesting cutting edge ecosphere.
Yeah, absolutely. So that's why I'm so excited to be doing this special series with you and with some of our other colleagues. So just to give the audience a preview, what will this sort of special highlight series on point of sale be all about? What will we be covering?
Chris, I think we're going to start out kind of broadly establishing the base concepts that people use for point of sale finance. So that could be anything from direct lending to retail installment contracts, leases, rent to own. Buy now, pay later is a very interesting and hot topic these days. But those kind of like broad categories that maybe aren't industry specific, but ways people set up their programs. And once we kind of establish that and get everyone comfortable, we'll call it like point of sale finance basics. Then the hope would be to get into specific models or specific product types. So maybe something related to home improvements, solar financing, you name it. Maybe medical financing, things of that nature. So we're kind of hoping to start broadly establish some terms and then really get into the details on various types of products and industry types.
Well, I know I'm very excited about it, and I think our audience will be as well. So the purpose of this was to let our audience know that this special highlight series is coming. So over the coming weeks and months, be looking out for these on your podcast feed, and we'll look forward to presenting those to you, for the remainder of this year. Jason, thanks for doing this, and we'll be back together with our audience soon.
Thanks, Chris. Really excited about this.
Copyright Troutman Pepperlock, LLP. These recorded materials are designed for educational purposes only. This podcast is not legal advice and does not create an attorney-client relationship. The views and opinions expressed in this podcast are solely those of the individual participants. Troutman does not make any representations or warranties, expressed or implied, regarding the contents of this podcast. Information on previous case results does not guarantee a similar future result. Users of this podcast may save and use the podcast only for personal or other non-commercial educational purposes. No other use, including without limitation, reproduction, retransmission, or editing of this podcast may be made without the prior written permission of Troutman Pepperlock. If you have any questions, please contact us at troutman.com.